Hey, working mom. Welcome to Order Meets Style. I'm Zizi Man, professional organizer with Firefly Bridge Organizing. I'm here to provide you with simple tips and ideas to organize your home so that you can love the way your home looks and functions, and so you're proud to invite anyone over anytime without stressing out about clutter. Ready for a beautifully organized home that makes you smile every time you walk in? Well, let's make it happen. Hey there, so listen, just for this episode, if your little one is within earshot, put on your headphones or put in your earbuds, okay? This episode is about the tooth fairy, and you might not want them to listen in, okay? Right, so school started, you're getting into the groove of the new school schedule, new activities, different homework, changing bedtimes, and oh yeah, you still have to work all day. It's a lot to think about right there, isn't it? So what do you do when you forgot that the tooth fairy is supposed to come by tonight and you don't have a single coin or a bill smaller than a 20 in your wallet? It's bound to happen. But don't worry, I have 3 last-minute tooth fairy ideas for you, and I'll even tell you the whole cloak and dagger super spy way to make sure that even if you fell asleep and didn't make it to your kid's bedroom before he woke up, and now he's in tears asking you why the tooth fairy didn't come, you can still save the day. And hey, if you like conversations like these, I'm inviting you to join us in our group for working moms just like you. It's called the Organized Home Advantage Facebook group. Come on in and check out my monthly live organizing topics, share your working mom organizing ideas with everyone, or ask for help on an organizing challenge of your own. And enjoy this judgment-free space with all of us imperfect working moms who are aiming to become a bit more decluttered and organized without harming the planet. Search for the Organized Home Advantage group on Facebook or click on the link in the show notes. I hope to see you in there. When our first child got her first wiggly tooth, I was so excited. I had heard friends talking about setting up an email address where the tooth fairy would send an email to their kids every time someone lost a tooth. And it sounded like such a fun idea, right? But I wanted something concrete, not an email, but an actual letter from the tooth fairy that they would get under their pillow when the tooth fairy took away their tooth. And I was determined to make it super special. And for every tooth, there would be a new little personal message from her tooth fairy. And I named that tooth fairy Watson. Okay, look, it was my first child. And I don't think I really understood the number of lost teeth there would be across multiple kids, and they were all close in age. I also didn't take into account the varying levels of sleep deprivation I would be going through over the years, which caused me to sleep through alarms and forget to make sure I had cash and small bills and all of it. Okay, so Watson wrote that first letter, thanking my daughter for such a wonderful tooth, praising her dental hygiene habits, remarking on how he played hide and seek with her stuffed toys before heading back home with her tooth. And he placed a crisp $1 bill in that tri-folded letter, which was typed up in Word using various font styles and colors, and it was printed on mint green cardstock. Yeah, I set the bar kind of high. Now fast forward to months later, and I've written about 8 of these by now. I'm running out of special things to say that Watson did at night while coming to pick up her tooth, right? Like he already played hide and seek with the stuffed toys. He tasted some candy from the kitchen. He accidentally stepped in the ice cream in the freezer. I mean, I was basically writing Elf on the Shelf scripts each time she lost a tooth. And by letter number 9, so it was after 11 p.m. and I was already in bed. I was almost asleep when I suddenly remembered about the tooth under her pillow. I sat up in bed. I looked in my wallet. The smallest bill I had was a $5 bill. And I just thinking about cracking open my laptop to come up with something to type. No way was that going to happen. So you can see where this is going, right? Now let me just fast forward some more to child number 3. Now, because I had done this with the first 2 children, and by the way, our middle child's tooth fairy was a tooth fairy in training named Owen, and child number 3's tooth fairy in training was named Petal Featherblink. Oh yeah, they each had names. Well, so because I had created this tooth fairy experience with child 1, I felt like I had to continue with children 2 and 3. Not only because I felt guilty, but also because now child number 1, who was still young enough to believe in the magic and who was still losing teeth herself, well, she was now telling the others how it was going to be for them and just amping up the excitement. So one night, child number 3 lost a tooth, and the other 2 helped him to write a note to the tooth fairies. Oh, yes, it had now turned into a full-blown back and forth conversation with all 3 tooth fairies. So he puts the tooth under his pillow and they go to bed. In the morning, I'm casually prepping breakfast, and my oldest child comes into the kitchen with tears in her eyes, and she tells me the tooth fairy didn't come. The little one is also crying. I mean, I had dug myself into this hole, and all because I wanted them to feel the magic of the tooth fairy, right? So I'm going to give you 3 simple ideas to deal with possible tooth fairy fiascos like this one. And who are we kidding? They're not just possible fiascos, they're probable fiascos. Okay, so idea number 1 is the breakfast sneak-in. So this is for the times when you forget about the tooth fairy altogether until it's too late the next morning, or like me, when you accidentally fall asleep while waiting for your child to be deep asleep enough not to notice you rummaging around under his pillow. It happened more than once with me. So what to do when your child is in tears because the tooth fairy forgot to come? Well, first, you get them out of their bedrooms as quickly as you can. You don't want them to do too much searching in the bedroom. You pick them up, soothe them, tell them, you're not sure what happened, but you're sure there's an explanation. And then you get them started on breakfast, or you enlist your significant other to help you out. While the kids are having breakfast, you go and grab your wallet, find some cash. At this point, it doesn't matter how much money that is. Grab a piece of paper if you do letters like I did. And listen, at this point, it could be a Post-it note. It does not matter. Time is of the essence. Write a quick note that says, your tooth is so beautiful that we thought your mom would like to hang on to it for a bit. She can give it to us later. And then you shove the Post-it note and the money under the edge of your kid's mattress. Then you go back to the kitchen as if you had, just had to go use the bathroom or something. After breakfast, you take them with you to go search. Let's search under your pillow, honey, and you have them search with you. And of course, you accidentally find the note and the money, which clearly, accidentally had fallen there overnight. Oh dear. Listen, we did this with each child multiple times, I think, and you can definitely drop the note in different places, not always around the bed. I think I dropped the note in the hallway once just because that's what worked out logistically, and it was fine. Now, if you have an elf on the shelf, you've got some experience with the last minute maneuvers, I'm sure. So go for it. All right. Idea number 2 is the tooth pillow. This is a little decorative pillow that your child should put their tooth under, and it has to sit on the floor at the foot of their bed. Okay. That way, 1, there's no need to rummage under their pillow and risk waking them up. And 2, even in the pitch dark of their bedroom, you can always find the tooth and place some cash on top of the pillow. This is great super spy stuff, right? Because we've had some close calls, sometimes having to pretend to be, tucking them in or giving them a kiss while one hand is stuck under the pillow trying to find that darn tooth. So the tooth pillow at the foot of the bed is going to help you with that. And of course, you can choose where in the bedroom you want the tooth pillow, especially if the floor space tends to be a little cluttered in your house. You don't want to lose that tooth or the pillow amongst all their toys and you're back to square one, scrambling, searching in the pitch black of the bedroom at night. So maybe you want it on a bookshelf or on the nightstand. You choose. Okay, and idea number 3 is the doorway surprise. This is a bit of a radical idea, but it's going to help on the mornings when you forgot about the tooth altogether, or you fell asleep at night. How could you? And now it's wake up time. For the doorway surprise, the tooth pillow has to be placed just outside their bedroom door. So not inside their bedroom at all. Now, how do you explain this? The fact that the tooth doesn't go under their pillow in bed? Well, it's simply that in your house, the tooth fairy does not want to disturb children's sleep. And so having the tooth pillow outside the doorway is just what happens. And so when you wake up and you're on your way to the kitchen, you'll see the pillow or you'll just trip over it, and then you'll remember what has to happen. And hopefully all that is happening before the kids come out of their rooms. I'm telling you, this is one big reason why I like to wake up at least 15 minutes before anyone else in the house, just because of possible fiascos like this. So now you have the 3 super spy ideas for how to handle the last minute tooth fairy challenges. And I sure hope that this can help you out. And come on over to our Facebook group, The Organized Home Advantage, to let us know what you think about these ideas, or if you have some of your own that you can help us all out with that we can add to our own repertoires, okay? The link to the group is in the show notes. Thank you for listening today. Enjoy your week. Have fun with the Tooth Fairy, and I'll meet you here again next week.